Hello, welcome to our Behavioral Statistics course. It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm looking forward to getting to know you throughout the semester. I'm going to take a few minutes to give you an overview of the class, help you become a bit more relaxed and comfortable with what you're going to be doing throughout the semester. I think the first thing I want to show you is the to-do list so that you just know what's coming up and when. That way you know if you need to attend to something or if it's far enough in the future that you can pause and turn your attention to other things. So with the to-do list, if you see something here, you can simply click on it and it'll take you directly to that assignment. So if I were to click on 01B quiz, it'll bring me right to the quiz. Of course, having not read any of the material or watched any lecture videos, taking the quiz right now would not be a good idea. But what I could do is, looking at the module, I can go straight to the instructor's note, read through the instructor's note, and work my way through the module, the reading assignment, the lecturettes, if I wish, the optional recorded class lessons. I can take the self-evaluation, which is just like the quiz but not graded. In fact, uses the same questions as the quiz, or that is drawn from the same pool. You'll get different questions each time. Then I can go ahead and take the quiz, and the last thing that I would do would be the journal. So our activities are very nicely organized in a linear fashion, but you can jump around between them. But it's always recommended to complete the learning material before you do the assessment. Can we head back to the home? So again, on the right, we have our to-do list. There's another way to see what is due, and that's the calendar. What's nice about the calendar is it can show you what's due for more than one class at a time. In this case, we see just our behavioral stats class. If you had several classes and you want to remove a class from your calendar, you just click the box next to it, and to return it, you click the box again. To see what is due, you can click on the item. And so for our journal, this is the actual journal assignment. And just as we saw before, you probably don't want to jump straight into the journal assignment. Instead, you want to click on the instructor's note and work your way through the module. But if you've done all that, then you could just click journal here and go to the actual journal. Okay, so now that we see that there's at least two different ways to get into things that are due, I'm going to show you one more. And that's our schedule of topics. Our semester is across 16 weeks. Our due dates fall on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And so you can see for week 1, due by Wednesday is our SPS data entry, and due by Saturday is the scientific method. Let's click on the SPSS data entry. So here's a little welcome and letting you know where you can get help and assistance. It also tells you about SPSS, which is our statistical software program that we're going to be using. And then there's an assignment, and then there's tutorials. Tutorials are where I basically hold your hand and walk you through doing the assignment. I have video recorded myself doing the assignment so that you can literally watch it and see how it is done. To see the assignment itself, you can click on SPSS assignment. It gives you the reading assignment from the textbook, and then also the activity that you're to do. And again, if you don't yet have the SPSS Basics Techniques for first course in statistics yet, you can follow along using the tutorials. Now, it's likely that you've never used SPSS before, so there's directions on how to start up the software program. I'll click on it. One way is if you happen to be at MiraCosta in our library, there's SPSS already installed on the computers there, and you can get to it from the Windows Start menu. And if you have any difficulties, you can always ask a librarian or staff member to help you. The other option, if you're at home, is to use our MCC virtual computer. And there's directions on how to do it, but you can also just watch me do it as well, so that you can say, okay, now I've seen it, now I can do it. And if you have any questions at all, then you want to reach out and ask for assistance from the student help desk. And there's a person there during the working hours and such who can help you with it. Here are their hours of operation, and you can email them as well. If they, for some reason, don't get to you in time, remember there's other ways to get help. One of those is to use the Ask a Question discussion board. You can get to that from any point in our class. And the Ask a Question discussion board is a way to contact me directly and get some assistance. It's like raising your hand in class and then asking a question. Just click the reply, type in your question, and then click post reply. As soon as you do that, I'm going to be emailed and I'll see your question and then I can respond. I'll typically respond within 24 hours, Monday through Friday. Not the weekend, but occasionally I'll be checking email during the weekend, and so I may get to it then as well. If you haven't already subscribed to the Ask a Question, go ahead and do that. That way you'll know not only if you ask a question when I respond to you, but also when your classmates do that. Okay, a few other resources I want you to be aware of. So I'm going to click on the resource tab here. So this is our orientation. You can ask a question. You can learn more about Canvas. Tutoring. So in addition to being able to ask me questions, if you're on the campus, you can make use of the MiraCosta tutoring. The workbooks for our class are available to you at the MiraCosta library. They are also available as PDF, and you can go directly to any specific chapter in the workbook. You can also simply open up the workbook. I highly recommend, though, that you purchase the workbook at the bookstore, and if you decide not to purchase it, then to print it out, because there's a lot of opportunities there. It's very interactive for you to write down your responses and then assess and see how well you've done. So you definitely want the workbook there. Okay, so I welcome you to our behavioral statistics class. Look forward to seeing you throughout the semester, and if you have any questions, please let me know with the Ask a Question.